Number 1. Logical mathematical intelligence. Logical mathematical intelligence is what most people consider when they think of being smart. It's more than just being good with numbers or excelling in mathematics. This type of intelligence is about understanding and using logical reasoning. It involves the ability to analyze problems, investigate issues systematically, and solve puzzles. If you're someone who finds it easy to work through complex problems, or if you're often the person who spots the pattern in a sequence, then you likely have a strong logical mathematical intelligence. It's also related to how you think, reason, and understand the world around you. Critical thinking is a big part of this intelligence. If you're good at weighing up evidence, making reasoned arguments, or thinking through consequences of actions, then your logical mathematical intelligence is shining through. It's about seeing the logic in situations and being able to use that to make decisions or to come to conclusions. This intelligence also ties into organizational skills. If you're someone who loves to keep things tidy, makes lists, and enjoys planning or organizing, then you're using your logical mathematical intelligence. Number 2. Verbal linguistic. Next up in the fascinating world of multiple intelligences is verbal linguistic intelligence. This one's all about words, how we use them, how we understand them, create with them. People who shine in this area are often the storytellers, the poets, and the masters of language. If you have a knack for verbal linguistic intelligence, then you're probably someone who loves playing with words. That means that you might make poems where words dance and rhyme in a rhythm that sound just right. It's like having a toolbox full of different words, and you know exactly which one to use and when. This skill isn't just about rhyming, it's about how you put words together to make something beautiful or meaningful. Reading and writing come naturally to you if you're strong in this intelligence. You find joy in diving into a book, getting lost in its world, and understanding the deep meanings behind the words. Writing, too, is your playground. You can express ideas clearly and creatively, making even the most ordinary topics interesting. Learning new languages is likely easier for you than it is for others. You pick up on new words, phrases, and grammar rules very quickly. It's like your brain is wired to understand and use different languages, allowing you to communicate with a wider range of people. Perhaps the most magical part of verbal linguistic intelligence is storytelling. You can take a small, simple story and turn it into something grand and captivating. Your words can paint pictures in the minds of your listeners, holding their attention and taking them on a journey. Number 3. Interpersonal intelligence. Now, the third kind of intelligence is interpersonal intelligence. That's all about understanding and interacting with other people. Think of it as a skill of being tuned into others' feelings, thoughts, and motivations. If you have a strong interpersonal intelligence, you're like a social expert. You get how people feel and why they feel that way. It's like you have a built-in radar for emotions. When someone's happy, sad, angry, or excited, you don't just see it, you understand it. This skill goes beyond just noticing emotions, it's about comprehending them on a deeper level. This type of intelligence is crucial in knowing what to do in different social situations. You're aware of the unspoken rules, the do's, the don'ts of social behavior. It's like having a guidebook in your mind about how to act in various social settings. Being receptive to others' moods is a big part of interpersonal intelligence. If you're good at sensing the vibe of the room or picking up on subtle hints in people's behavior, then you are using this intelligence. It's about reading between the lines of what people say and do. In the workplace, interpersonal intelligence is honestly a game changer. If you're a business administrator or manager who knows how to motivate your team, you're using this skill. It's about understanding what drives each person and how to encourage them to do their best. If you're the one who can coordinate work smoothly among different people, balancing different personalities and skills, then you are definitely tapping into your interpersonal intelligence. Number 4. Body kinesthetic. The concept of body kinesthetic intelligence is all about how well you can control and manage your body's movements. It's not about being physically active, it's about having a deep understanding and connection with your physical self. People with strong body kinesthetic intelligence are like artists with their bodies. They can move with precision, grace, and control. It's as if their bodies understand exactly what they want to do and they can execute movements flawlessly. This ability extends to handling objects too. They can manipulate things with their hands or body in skillful and intricate ways. Think about dancers. They glide, jump, and twist, making complex moves look effortless. Their bodies are their instruments and they play them beautifully. This intelligence is about more than just following steps. It's about expressing emotions and stories through movement. Actors also have high body kinesthetic intelligence, at least they often do. They use their bodies to portray different characters, conveying emotions and intentions through gestures and movements. Their ability to transform into various roles partly comes from this deep bodily awareness. Soldiers, too, actually showcase this intelligence. They have to move quickly, efficiently, and often under challenging conditions. Their survival can depend on their physical skills and their agility. And of course, sports athletes are prime examples of body kinesthetic intelligence. Whether it's a basketball player weaving through opponents, a gymnast performing on the beam, or a soccer player controlling the ball, their physical abilities are at the heart of their success. Number 5. Musical intelligence. Musical intelligence is all about having that ear for music, understanding and appreciating sounds, rhythms, tones, and pitches in ways that go beyond ordinary people. It's not like just liking music, it's about deeply understanding music and feeling it. People with high musical intelligence have an innate sense of music. They can hear a tune and understand its structure, the patterns of rhythm, and the nuances and all the tones. It's like they speak the same language of music fluently. They can identify different musical elements and appreciate the complexity, the beauty of the compositions. Now, this kind of intelligence is about more than just listening to music. It's about being able to create and interpret musical elements. If you have a musical intelligence, you might find yourself tapping your foot to the beat without even thinking, or humming melodies that match your mood. Music isn't just a background sound, it is actually more of a central part of how you experience the world. Being good at musical intelligence often means that you can play an instrument or even compose music. Now, playing an instrument isn't just about moving them fingers, it's about connecting with the instrument, like it's an extension of your own body. You understand how to bring out the right sounds and emotions through it. Composing music is another area where musical intelligence shines. It's like painting, but with sounds instead of colors. You know how to put the notes together and the chords together to create something that can just move people and make them feel happy, sad, excited, or calm. Number 6. Visual spatial. Visual spatial intelligence is all about how well you can visualize things in your mind and understand spatial relationships. This type of intelligence isn't just about seeing with your eyes, it's about how your brain pictures and organizes information spatially. Imagine you're trying to find your way through a maze. If you have strong visual spatial intelligence, you can picture the maze in your mind, almost like you're looking at a map. You can mentally trace the paths, remember where you've been, and plan where you need to go. It's like having a GPS in your brain that helps you navigate through complex spaces. Now, that kind of intelligence is not just limited to mazes, though, don't worry. It's useful in everyday life. For instance, when you're reading a map, you need to understand the symbols, directions, and the distances. People with high visual spatial intelligence can do this with ease. They can translate a flat map into a mental image of the real world, understanding how different parts relate to each other. Howard Gardner, the psychologist who developed the theory of multiple intelligences, believed that visual spatial intelligence also involves judging distances and sizes. It's about understanding how objects fit together in space, whether you're parking a car, packing a suitcase, or arranging furniture in a room. And it's not just about big tasks. Even simple things like figuring out how to cut a cake into equal pieces or how to fit your books into a shelf use visual spatial intelligence. You're constantly using this skill to interact with the world around you. Number 7. Interpersonal intelligence. Interpersonal intelligence is about understanding others and yourself. It's about being self-aware, knowing your own emotions, thoughts, your own strengths and weaknesses. If you have a strong interpersonal intelligence, you're basically your own best psychologist. You have a deep understanding of what you feel and why. And again, that's intrapersonal. It's a bit hard to tell inter and intra apart sometimes, so when different emotions bubble up inside you, you don't just feel them, you understand. This means recognizing whether you're happy, sad, frustrated, or excited, and knowing what's causing these feelings. This type of intelligence also involves how well you can control your thoughts and actions. It's about being in charge of your mind, being in charge of your behavior. For example, if you're somebody who can stay calm in stressful situations and maybe cheer yourself up when you're down, you're using intrapersonal intelligence. You know how to manage your emotions and reactions to keep yourself balanced and focused. Knowing your strengths and weaknesses is another key of interpersonal intelligence. It's like having a clear map of your abilities and challenges. You understand what you're good at and what you need to work on. This self-knowledge is powerful. It helps you make better decisions, set realistic goals, and grow as a person. Interpersonal intelligence is not just about introspection. It's about being able to use that self-understanding to navigate your life effectively. It's a valuable tool for personal development, helping you to build a stronger, more resilient, and more self-aware version of yourself. Number 8. Natural intelligence. Naturalistic intelligence is a rather intriguing aspect of the theory of multiple intelligences. It's about understanding and connecting with the natural world. This type of intelligence is about having an in-depth knowledge and sensitivity to natural surroundings like plants, animals, other living things. People with strong naturalistic intelligence have a special knack for recognizing and categorizing different elements of nature. Think about how a botanist understands plants. They can identify various species, understand their growth patterns, and know how to care for them. This isn't about just having information, it's about having a deep connection and understanding of the natural world. Hunters and fishermen also exhibit high naturalistic intelligence. They can understand behaviors and the habitats of animals, which is crucial for their activities. They can read signs in nature that others might miss, like tracking animal trails or knowing where to find fish in a river. It's like they can speak the language of the natural environment. Chefs, especially those who focus on using natural, locally sourced ingredients, also showcase this intelligence. They understand how different flavors and textures in the natural foods can come together to create different meals. Their ability to work with natural ingredients shows that deep appreciation and rather an understanding of nature's beauty. Even in everyday life, naturalistic intelligence can be seen in people who have a green thumb or those who are passionate about environmental conservation. They have a special ability to connect with nature, whether through gardening, caring for animals, or advocating for the protection of natural habitats. And if you found this video engaging, I encourage you to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more educational and informative videos. I sincerely hope that you found this video enjoyable and a little bit informative, at the very least. Thank you immensely for your time and your attention. Later.